escaping what's coming. And I wholeheartedly believe it, and I truly have always believed it. You can't stop it. You can't. It's all tied to the elections, and it's all tied to, let's say we go back to 1940s. It's all tied to that too. It is. It's a grand plan. It is a very it truly is true. The more the knowledge, the more the grief. And I touched on this, I think it's been around 2 or 3 years ago. You know that song? Black Velvet, If You Please. Hold on. I think I hear Rosie outside. Rosie, are you outside, honey? Are you a little baby? Come on, Rosie. And I can't say too much. I really can't say too much because if you say too much of what you know, that's why I try to keep silent at times and just let everybody, let other people will come on here and they'll spew out stuff out of their mouth, assuming that I'm clueless and assuming that you're clueless. They'll say, I told you, don't you know you're going to do this? No, 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 we're not clueless. Good morning. There is no escaping what's coming. There isn't. Oh, yeah, you know that song? Hold on. Shoot. Okay. A new religion that will bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Now, granted, that song's been stuck in my mind for quite a while. Just because it said, a new religion that will bring you to your knees. Yeah. Gina, can you get to the point? I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Did you know that Lord have mercy. Hold on a second. I'm looking at a white paper. And I probably shouldn't say it. It really truly does have to, it has to do with the New World Order. It does. And the song, The Black Velvet, if you please, a new religion that will bring you to your knees. Do you know that Hitler in Mein Kampf said unborn babies are subhuman? More or less. Subhuman. Someone else said unborn babies are parasites. Gloria Steinem, the author and feminist leader on CNN in 1981. Torture is medical. I can show you this. Look at this disgusting. It's all disgusting. It really is. I've got my screen. Auschwitz-Birkenau. Unborn babies are subhuman. Can they be whatever? Mein Kampf. Mein Kampf. Unborn babies are parasites. Gloria Steinem, author and feminist leader on CNN, September of '81. Torture is medical research. Aziz, the doctor of death. Human fetal tissue research is the gold standard. Professor Weissman, head of this, members of the NIHS Fetal Tissue Research Ethics Advisory Board, revealed the final solution. The final solution. No, that's just one. That's just one piece of it. Just one teeny tiny piece. Uncovering the racist and anti-Semitic roots of abortion. Margaret Sanger's search for the pure race. Planned Parenthood CEO admits its founder, Margaret Sanger, was a white supremacist. Still embraces her Build Your Micaiah life. But the abortion pill to the U.S. has a shocking history that's nothing to celebrate. This is the first time I'm just looking through these right here. I don't like to show them you all. I don't. Good morning. And it is a good morning. I mean, knowledge is power. Knowledge is awareness. The specter of pro-choice. Auschwitz concentration. Yosef. Let me see something else. It was something really, it was awful. I'm like, behind the closed doors. In the market for fetal body parts, a baby's brain sells for $3,340. So it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And I don't like that word. I don't. But this is all pieces of something inside this paper. Hold on. I want you to do your own research, not me. You go look at this right here. Number 19, 1392 in the Supreme Court of the United States, Thomas E. Dobbs, State Health Officer, Mississippi Department of Health, Jackson Women Health Organizations. Okay, the writ Centauri for the Fifth Council. Yes, all of this is like pointed out. It is all pointed out, you all. It is. But there's somewhere they go with that. There's somewhere they go with that. This. This is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of the United States government. The Supreme Court of the United States. 9 pertaining to 7 laws of the Noahide Code. These laws apply to all humans, not just Jews, but the United Nations, 331. I never heard of program 331. What was I supposed to be, Louis? The 7 Noahide laws to non-Jews. Okay, I'll show you some screenshots I took. I don't like looking at this. I really don't. See, hold on. You'll have to look up the ceiling. Someone once said I saw Gina's ceiling more than I've ever saw my own ceiling. Yeah, that might be true. It might. I'm just saying. Hold on. Now. According to Noahide law, illegal aliens can become citizens. They can. They can become citizens. The Institute of the Noahide Code in the United Nations will bring world peace. The petition has been closed. It has been closed, and it was signed by Kim Ban, something, the Institute of it. I'm just showing you things that I already know about, okay? I've known about it for a long time, years. Yeah. It's the universal. Yeah. Let's click it. Our world is plagued by wars, famine, and natural disasters, and violence. The United Nations was created as a platform for all the nations to get together and help promote peace and prosperity for all humanity. But so far, we can see that even a tiny change takes years to agree upon. The time has come for the people to nudge the UN in the right direction. Hello, Deb and Carol. Wouldn't it be easier if we all spoke the same language? Wouldn't it be easier if we all spoke the same language? We believe that if all the nations had a common language, a common set of principles, it would be unite all the world leaders and help bring world peace faster. It is time that we bring back the Universal Noah Code, which helped establish judicial systems and around the world hundreds of years ago. Sign and share our petition if you believe that the following should be instituted. The universal Noah Code laws. Universal. Believe in the one creator. And they don't mean Jesus. I'm just telling you right now. The belief in Jesus is outside the scope of the Noahide laws, and you can be stoned to death, set on fire, have your head decapitated, put to death. That is totally against it. Totally. One creator means God. It doesn't mean Jesus. The being who out of love created this world, we are commanded not to adore idols. If you are a Christian, Jesus is considered an idol when it comes to the universal code of Noahide laws, and the punishment is death. I keep thinking I hear Rosie out here. The punishment is death. You can lose your hand. You still, oh, Black Velvet, if you please. A new religion that will bring you to your knees. Black Velvet, if you please. Hold on, you all. I'm going to tell you this video is going to get me in a whole lot of trouble with YouTube, with the controllers. To respect the Creator is to respect the cornerstone of society, which is the family, and we respect the young, the old, the weak, and infirm. To respect human life, to acknowledge that we are all brothers and sisters, that we each carry a divine spark. We are vessels of the sisters, okay, the divine. They don't mean Jesus. To respect marriage is to respect the cornerstone of society, which is the family. Respect the young, the old, the weak, and the infirm. To respect private property is to lay the foundation for peaceful coexistence. Let's look at the coexistence sign. A new religion that will bring you to your knees, Black Velvet, if you please. Gina, you're really weird. That's fine. I like to be weird at times. I do. To create a judicial system is to bring order to a society, to our villages and provinces and the nations. We hail Forum, and there is no peace without justice. What's most beautiful about these laws is breathing room they provide. They resonate equally in Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica. Well, what's in Antarctica? There's nothing there. The Universal Noah Code laws, Noahide, are sacred inheritance to all humanity that every person on the face of the earth can use as a basis of his or her life. If enough of us will incorporate these laws into our lives, we'll see the world very soon. The Institute of Noahide, the decision makers, Ban Ki-moon, okay. Black Velvet, if you please. Rosie, are you outside? Because I think I hear you out there. Black Velvet. Let me just do this. Oh, already had it pulled up, sorry. Black Velvet, if you please. Hold on a second. Because AI brought that up for me. No, I didn't. I didn't have it saved. Okay, you cannot have the Noahide laws until the Sanhedrin is reestablished completely, because it's the Sanhedrin that institutes the Noahide laws. The Great Sanhedrin ceased to exist in Jerusalem after the rebellion against Rome. They consider it to be assembled. There have been modern attempts. They want to get the Sanhedrin. You have got to have the Sanhedrin, which is a body. It is a Jewish judicial administrative body that were made of elites, local elites, scribes, members of high priest families, elders, and stuff. Hold on. I'm just going to leave the door open. That way I can see Rosie if she's out there. Oh, it is my baby. Rosie, honey, why you got to do that to your mommy? Rosie, okay, you may see this as spiritual or you may not, but Rosie, honey, has captured a bird and she wanted to bring it in the house. Get in the house, you wild woman. Get in. Get in, Rosie. You are a bird killer. See that she's not nice. Rosie is not being nice. Okay, she is, and she's put that at this doorstep. And I don't think she's nice. I told my husband, don't let Rosie out this morning. Don't do it, Jonathan. And he did it. Rosie, I don't appreciate what you did because you weren't being very nice. That's why I don't like to let you out. Get in that house. Yeah, she is. And I thought, what is she doing? Well, she's happy. You're not. No. You're a bad girl. You eating birds and killing birds. She thinks it's fun. Particular bird. I'm on the phone doing a live stream. Yes, she did. She needs to. She ain't going out. I don't know what it is. Okay. Yeah. That's right. It is his fault. I told him not to let her out. I want to look at her. And he let her out. Where was we at? You cannot institute the Noahide laws, but they got to have the 10 Commandments. He's coming back in here. I told him he needs to stay in there. He's supposed to be on a meeting, and he's walking in this kitchen. I'm doing a live stream. Go. You're supposed to be on a meeting. Don't be bringing Rosie in here like a wild woman. Don't you open that door for Rosie. Yeah. No, I don't want that gift. No. The Sanhedrin to Trump and Putin fulfill Cyrus-like role, with the two top world leaders supporting the Jewish right to Jerusalem. Sanhedrin asked them to build the third temple. This is getting me a lot of trouble. I just want you. This is an AI overview. The Noahide laws are the 10 Commandments, and the 10 Commandments are both sets of the laws that are considered important. These 7 laws are: do justice, dress modestly, bless the Creator, honor the parents, love one's neighbor, avoid fornication, and remain free from pollution. These laws are also known as the 10 sayings. The Jews believe that God gave them the 10 Commandments to Moses and the tablets. But you've got to have the Sanhedrin in order to put them into place. Oh, what was I supposed to be doing? Okay, I was supposed to be looking up. Hold on, you had to look at the ceiling, you all. Okay, Black Velvet, a new religion that will bring you to your knees. Black Velvet, if you please. Generative AI, Black Velvet is worn by the same Jewish people, particularly members of the Haredi community, as well as by some members of the Eastern Orthodox Church. Black velvet is traditional head covering of Jewish women, Jewish, Eastern. It had also, what religion? Black velvet. It also had Islam on here too. Yeah. Some Muslim people wear black velvet clothing, including the sangakok, a truncated cone-shaped cap. What? I don't know what a truncated cone looks like. A truncated cone hat. Let me look this up. I want to see what it looks like. Wait a minute. If you look at these truncated hats, you see how the head is? And if you look back during the time of the Egyptians, their heads, the elongated heads, look at that. The elongated heads and the truncated hats, that too, a cone pattern. Hello. Okay. Well, that's Black Velvet, if you please, a new religion that will bring you to your knees. Well, Rosie coming to the door, interrupting my thing. Let me show you. What is the penalty for breaking the Noahide laws? You have an example. You have to accept it. And so did Moses. Our master command us from divine authority to force, oh, Lord have mercy. You're not going to like how this is worded. You're not. I'm just going to tell you. What's the penalty for breaking Noahide laws? Thus, we have an example of the general principle that Maimonides laid down earlier in his code, namely, and so did Moses, our master, command us from divine authority to force all humankind to accept the commandments of the sons of Noah, and whoever does not accept them is to be executed. Let me know if they zoom up on me. The beast forced all people, small and great, rich and poor, slave and free, to have a mark placed on their right hands or on their foreheads. If you are to have a one world religion, truly, a one world, a new world order, and if this is a part of that, there's no escaping it. I really feel within my spirit right now, there truly is no escaping what's coming. It don't matter who gets into office. There is no escaping it at all. That too, Miss Mission Control, an AI God, because there's already an AI thing. Okay. Listen, you can't be a Noahide and a Christian at the same time. It's not. The Iran rules, the Sanhedrin. The Sanhedrin is the council. That the belief in any religion except Judaism constitutes a void of Torah. Yeah. You may think you conform to the Noahide laws, but you don't. You can convert. You can convert to that, but you're going to have to deny Jesus. You are. Both religions, you would truly have to deny him, more or less. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, AJ. AJ said, it's all right. It's all right. Because you can't believe that Jesus is Lord, because that is an idol. It truly is an idol. And it goes against the Noahide laws. It does. You just can't. Well, they don't, there is a sect of Judaism who do not believe that. They don't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. They look at him as, yeah. You see how how religion gets all enmeshed in this end of the world stuff right here. It does, spirituality, religion, but this is not a joke. It truly is not a joke. Right here, this is not a joke. It's not. It's not. If you were told, you know, if you step out of line, you're going to be put to death. If you steal, you're going to be put to death. If you commit fornication and adultery, you're going to be put to death. If you do these things like this, you're going to be put to death. I think people would be scared to death, so they would step in line. What was that poem? There was a poem that came into my mind, and I shared it on the YouTube. Is where I shared it in the community section. It just flowed into my mind a few mornings ago. I'm gonna read it. It's like that vision during a live stream. We're going down this one road. It's an old chain. It's like a alien gray chain. It's really thick and it leads into the darkness. And then there comes a fork in the road, and there's a rider on a horse. It's during a live stream, and it's as the horse trots, it's trotting down a dirt road, but what used to be is no more with each trot of the horse, and there's a rider on it. But as it trots, a chain link, a stainless steel chain link that has been forged in the fire appears with each trot, each movement of the horse, and a link is added because it's trailing a chain, a stainless steel chain forged in the fire. It created a different fork in the road, but there was still a chain behind it, is leading into a desert, is where it was leading. Okay, here it is. This is a new religion that will bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Yeah, guillotine. Guillotine, that's right. Guillotine was also what they would use. Caught in the crosshairs. Hold on a second. The kingdom is within. That's where it's at, right here. Caught in the crossroads. Oh, it's the crosshairs. Well, crosshairs, crossroads. We are at a crossroads. Caught in the crosshairs with a nation in decline by design, knowing what will happen in such a short time. Years of damage, deceit, and fraud, living in a nation stripped of God. What is coming cannot be stopped. Too much at stake with wars ill fought. Deliberate destruction of faith, family, and home, all at the hands of a monstrous foe. Envision this when the vision comes true. The hammer that falls will affect me and you. None will escape it, for hard it will fall. History rewritten once and for all. Walk the line, dare if you will, a many of lives interlocked by steel. Yes, the future is right ahead. Messing up will lead to death. Like this vision? I bet you do not. It's happened before in a time now forgot. So that was words that flowed in. That flowed into my mind 2 days ago. And I shared it. Oh, there was something else I saw from, let me see down here. Oh yeah, I seen something else. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up. Lies ahead. Okay. One more and I'll add to it. I just put all the information right here. We do live stream research. Hold on a second. Oh, no. It wasn't with just the United Nations. I meant to, okay. With the, wait a second. I noticed that when I had went out of one of these things and when I go to history, it will not show me them anymore. It wouldn't. It was, the Noahide Code and United Nations Civil Society project. I had tapped into something to where they were getting ready to partner with the 2030. That's what it was said. It was the Noahide laws, the Noahide Code, and partnering with the Agenda 30, United Nations Noahide Code. It popped that up too, Noahide Code, United Nations, I'll just type this in, United Nations. They wanted to partner with it. The Institute of the Code, Purpose for a Strategic Alliance, United Nations to promote the codification of UN Resolution on Social Justice, Environmental Ethics, Culture of Peace into a national legislation, recruiting Parliament from UN member states, draft legislation, conference workshops, alliances with religious leaders, academic executives. Here it was. The UN's The INC proposal aims to inspire the codification, implementation, and legislation. The UN's 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is a plan to end all poverty, strengthen universal peace, respect human rights and human dignity, promote gender equality, empower vulnerable groups, put equality and non-discrimination at the center of efforts, address the discrimination and other root causes of inequality. It includes, there's a number 17, sustainable goals and 169 targets to be met by 2030. The UN Secretary General has called for a decade of transformation to accelerate the achievement of SDGs. The Universal Noahide Code, Headquarter Institute of Noahide Code, proposes a strategic alliance with the United Nations post-2030 agenda to promote the codification into national legislation of the United Nations resolutions of the culture of peace, environmental ethics, and social justice. Okay, just now I'll just write this for a moment, okay? If you're a Gentile, you like to be called a Gentile? You like to be called a Edomite Gentile, Gina? Well, I think it's kind of derogatory. There's people come on here and say, you Edomite. You Edomite. That's speaking down to me, looking down to me. And call me what you want, but that God defines who I am on the inside, not you. The Noahide law are considered universal, derived from the divine demands to Adam and Noah, the progenitors of all mankind. Non-Jews who follow the Noahide laws are called the righteous Gentiles and are granted social, theological rights, as well as residency rights in Jewish religious polities. The Noahide laws are considered to be an alternate path to salvation. Did you know that you can get to salvation? If you follow the Noahide laws, they're offering that to you. An alternative path to salvation. But it's not intended to be a requirement to convert to Judaism. The Noahide laws are considered to be an alternative path to salvation and not intended to be a requirement for conversion to Judaism. I'm just reading what's on here. You're not to worship any idols, not to curse God, you're not to commit murder. Seems simple enough, doesn't it? Not to commit adultery, that's going to be a big one. And sexual immorality is going to be a big one. Not to steal, not to eat flesh from, that is disgusting. Eating flesh from a living animal. I think that this means when they have an animal that is still alive and they're eating the flesh from it, the spirit cooking and stuff. Isn't that what that means? Eating flesh torn, ripped off somebody who's living. Isn't that what they mean? I just cannot imagine. I really can't imagine. Oh, mm. To establish courts of justice. Gentiles never had the law unless they became proselytes, and circumcision was required to observe all parts of it. Yeah. Did you know that a non-Jew who abides by Noahide laws is considered a righteous Gentile, and you, according to Judaism, will earn a reward in the afterlife? Now, I'm just pointing out what this says. I'm just doing it. I'm just, can salvation come through the 7 Noahide laws? Although Judaism does not believe in Jesus as the Savior, for either Jew or the non-Jew, the rabbis do have a doctrine. It says a Jew is not a Jew unless he is of one inwardly, and circumcision is circumcision of the heart. That's what Jesus said, or Paul said. How did the Gentiles become a law unto themselves? Well, let's just show you. When Gentiles who do not have the law, since it was given only to the Jews, and the Jews must follow that law, they have got to follow the law. When Gentiles who do not have the law, since it was given only to the Jews, do instinctively the things the law requires, guided only by their conscience, they are a law unto themselves. They do not have the law. You don't have it. When Jesus came, he fulfilled the law and all of the commandments. Yes. He was the fulfillment of the law, but according to that, he's not. He's not. They're still bound by the Old Testament law. You're not bound by the Old Testament because the kingdom is within. It's within. It's within. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ruth. In the Old Testament, many Gentiles were saved. Think of Ruth, the queen of Sheba, the men of Nineveh, to name but a few. But more are being saved during the church age. It's what's on the inside of you, truly. It's what you got on the inside when it all boils down to it. But there is others who believe that it's not about what's on the inside of you. I'm just telling you. There are those who believe that it has to be external. There truly is. It's all external. There's rules and regulations that you must abide by. And if you don't, you're doomed. In some religions, you're put to death if you do not adhere. So, there's no escaping the future. There truly isn't. There's no escaping what's coming. Yeah, that's all. I like to have private videos on here, but I see I have to go upstairs in my office if I want to do a video in here. I do. Just had to go upstairs and do it. I've only been on here for 50 minutes. And Rosie wanted to go back outside again. Gina, does that upset you? It's just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. It does. It's going to get a lot worse. It's going to get really bad. It is on the earth, you all. It is. Um, there's a playlist on this YouTube channel, and it's shadow banned. It is. The moment I put it out, it got shadow banned. And I want to, and it pertains to this, if it will let me show it. I'm really going to get myself in big trouble. I am. I'm not anti-nothing, but it's called the End Times. And the one video is this one right here. Imagine that. Um, when did the sound go out? How long have I been without sound? Um, 1 minute ago, Al, honey. So I said, this video was 2 years ago that I put it out, and I said, I didn't put all the information I wanted to in this video. There is a lot going on, and it goes really deep. I kept looking, and the more I looked, the more I saw, and the more unsettled my spirit has become. It's okay. I will just keep pressing on and never gave up. But the video, I mean, it's got 500 comments. I can't believe they allowed 500 comments on here. The newest was 4 months ago. Well, aren't you going to be surprised when it's a woman? And they are not born of the Junis community. I hope you have a great translation in the common language. And the Messiah cometh in the mother's tongue. I don't know what that means. Never heard of that. There's 500 comments. Am I going to be surprised when it's a woman? I want to look at this. Let's make it big, you all. And it's okay. So what are they searching for? The Jewish prophecy. Is it being fulfilled? The special Torah has been written for the Messiah. The special Torah scroll written for the Messiah has been completed. You can see right here, it's completed by Rabbi Joseph Berger. And I had to make it fast. I really did. I had to make it fast. And the rabbis in charge of lining of King David's tomb, they wrote a special Torah already. And this is the tomb. You can see it. Jerusalem's old city took an enormous step toward making history a year-long reality. They wrote the Torah. They are going to present the Torah to the Messiah. It was completed. They have already completed. They signed the redemption for Israel. And you can see them all. They were honoring and they were lifting it up. They were. Now this is it was 983-227 in 2022, the herald of the arrival of the Messiah. They said it didn't come. There were news articles all over the place, you all. News articles were everywhere about this star. They would see it in the sky, the arrival of the Messiah. And it would be found in this constellation. Gina, your ceiling is on this. That's fine. Will it herald the Messiah? We can see here where it is. It's in the constellation of Cygnus, is where it was at. How we doing in that constellation? And a pair of stars in the constellation of Cygnus. You can see it. Will crash into each other and the event will be visible to the naked eye. Well, there is a comet in the sky. It's Atlas Comet. And it will be visible, and it is visible. They said that they made a miscalculation on that. They did. They miscalculated it and stuff, and all the scholars of the world, religious figures, they all met together for this, and then all of a sudden, one person says, oh, you got the wrong data. It's not true. And then they wiped the internet of it, is what they did. Totally wiped it. But we're going to get to Trump. We're going to get to Trump, okay? You're just tuning in. An ultra-Orthodox Jewish rabbi said, when you see that, it will herald the arrival of the long-awaited Messiah. Okay? And it was truly. According to the prophecy, Donald Trump is thought to be the harbinger of doom. Rabbi Joseph Berger, in charge of King David's tomb in Mount Zion in Israel, revealed that President Donald Trump's election began the process of paving the way for the building of the third temple. The rabbi noted that Donald Trump's name in Hebrew is in gematria, based on Hebrew letters, which is the same numeric value phrase of the Messiah from the house of David. Remember, I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord, the Abraham and Becca chord. Go back to the video, y'all. We did it. I heard there was a secret chord that David plays, and it pleased the Lord. He swayed back and forth to the song on the thing. And he was dancing. David danced before the Lord. David danced before the Lord. And if they say that Trump, I'm just relaying just some whatever, just thoughts, that Trump is from the house of David. I'm just saying. He is not righteous enough to be the Messiah. they noted. He's not righteous. For all those people thinking Trump is a righteous person, he's been doing all the, they said he's not righteous enough. Trump's connection to the Messiah is that he will play a role in one of the major functions of the Messiah. He will pave the road for building the, you know what? When he was interviewed last night, and this is important, when Trump was interviewed last night, or yesterday, we saw the video, they said, what about your son, Barron? Does he got a lady? Has he got a girl? As far as I know, he has none. He has not got a girlfriend or nothing. He's a very reserved person. Very, very intelligent. Okay. He'll pave the way. Trump will not personally merit the building of the temple. He continued okay, like Cyrus, he will pave the way for men who will begin the construction, and when the time is right. Okay, let me show you that, Cyrus. Hold on, you all. Cyrus, where were we at with Cyrus? The Sanhedrin to Trump Putin fulfills Cyrus-like role in Jerusalem, with the two top world leaders supporting the Jewish right to Jerusalem. Sanhedrin asked them to build the third temple. Okay, let's go back to this, you all. This is important, whether you realize it or not. I know this video is long. This is important. It gets me in a lot of trouble. It does. It's fine. And when the time is right, the third temple will descend from heaven. People said that it has to be built on the ground, but according to ancient manuscripts, it's literally going to come down from heaven. The third temple will descend, according to what we're looking at in this narrative right here. It says Time Magazine actually did a piece on it. And may it be thy will, the temple speedily rebuilt, that pleased God. Temple reconstruction was no issue until 1967. I would encourage you to read this. Go to this video because it tells in here from a long time ago where it spoke about the temple being descended from the sky. It was going to come down out of the sky. Here it is. Wait a minute, y'all. They waiting for the Messiah. Somebody insisted that the temple must descend directly from heaven. The temple must be descended directly from heaven. It was an old scholar who said it must descend from heaven and not be built on the ground. So there was, this was Time Magazine. This is from a long time ago that we pulled up. And it's still going. And they already got the red heifer. They got the red heifer already. And this just goes through all the requirements for the coming of the Messiah. This whole entire thing, we'll skip past this. It's long. Oh, it's got a video on there. You really, if you are all into this, you should read that. You should read it. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Hold on, you all. Let me do this. Let me do this again, Gina, honey. Yeah, I got to bear with me because I'm sitting in here doing this. What is Education Day? Education Day USA has been acknowledged and affirmed by every U.S. president every year with Jimmy Carter. What is Education Day? Now, if you've been in the school system, you've heard of Education Day. I've heard of it. I participated in Education Day when I was heavily involved in my children's schooling, parent-teacher organization, and all of that. Education Day. While the 1978 proclamation did not specify what specific Education Day was in the nation, the 1982 proclamation by Ronald Reagan states that this education included eternal validity of the 7 Noahide laws, a moral code for all of us, regardless of religious, here it is right here. Uniting the nations with the 7 Noahide laws, diplomats, delegates, emissaries gather at the UN headquarters for the One Peace, One World, or One People, One World. You can look at this video, do your own searching on it. Just do your own searching. This is just for educational purposes only. And these are all the presidents who have signed the Noahide laws. We got Trump. We've got Obama. We got George Bush. We got Bill Clinton. We got Senior George Bush. We've got Ronald Reagan. Eisenhower. Wait, who is this? Oh, this was signing the National Education Day. The Noahide laws were proclaimed and put into law 1947, Roswell. Roswell, you all. This all has to do with the aliens. It all has to go back. It goes back to the aliens. When everything just like, it was like somebody put the jumper cables on the world and they jump-started all this stuff. All this stuff. 1948 when Israel became a nation, but it was put in law around 1947. Wait, it was put into law and it was around it wasn't put in law in 1947, but and in 1947, let's see, what was I saying? We want a more peaceful world, and some of these pictures of the former presidents, okay. I don't know what I was saying. I couldn't get off the aliens. Okay, they were proclaimed National Education Day. Noahide laws. Okay, Israel became a nation. I'm just saying 1947 was the Roswell, and then 1948 Israel became a nation, then the Dead Sea Scrolls. Who is that, you all? Does somebody know who that is? Who is that? Eisenhower? Let me do this. Let me tell you something. Dennis, when I'm doing a live stream, I'm totally focusing on what I'm sharing. I'm keeping with my train of thought. If you want my undivided attention while I'm trying to focus all of my attention on the video sharing, you're not going to get my undivided attention, because then I'm not going to be in a train of thought to even show what I'm doing. People can see your comment. I don't need to see the comment. Your comment, I would assume, is for everybody on here also, not just specifically Gina. Right? Right. Oh, see, now you're gone. No, you ain't going to come on here and speak down to me and belittle me because I'm giving a presentation, because this is a presentation, and you don't like what I'm doing, well, you are out the door. How about that? You're so disrespectful and rude. That's why you're gone. I'm going to continue with what I was doing. If you got, there's a lot of people on here contributing, and they're not demanding my unspecified, undivided attention. You're distasteful. You're just, that's, I'm going back to what I was doing. So this right here and this right here, and I ask questions because it's good to have them put in the comment section because people don't know. That's why I ask questions. Okay. So these are all the things that happened. The Dead Sea Scrolls were found in 1947. The state of Israel is born. This right here, when they said the new whatever, the temple's supposed to come from heaven, the third temple. They captured the flying saucer in Roswell. Harry Truman. Yeah. Harry Truman. It was the time of the Roswell incident. Groom Lake incident. The finding of the Dead Sea Scrolls. There's a lot of history. It's a ton of history that has come out, and a lot of change has been made in the world as a result of that Roswell incident. That's what I feel. A whole lot. We're going to see more change. The virtual touring site of Jerusalem, of the Mount of Jerusalem. It's where the Mount of Jerusalem is. A virtual tour of it. You can see it. I mean, it's nice. Yeah. Yeah, Patrina Gilbert. That's right. It's the old city, Mount Scopus. Oh, Mount Scopus, the mountain of the Watchers. This is the mountain of the Watchers in Hebrew. The vantage point of the army, the Jewish Great Revolt, from which Titus legions planned their final attack on the city. Yeah, I put that on there so you could read it. It took me a long time to put this video together, I remember, because I wanted that to be able to scroll up while showing, it's like an old enemy in Rome. It's a city built on 7 hills, and the most impressive of them, okay, it's the city of 7 hills. I'm going to bring the video to a end, and it's built on 7 hills. It sits on 7 hills, you all. I know why I put it in there. Jerusalem sits on 7 hills. Am I playing that video? The city of 7 hills. There are several places that could sit on the 7 hills. The second coming, there is talk of the Messiah becoming, a second coming, and it's going to be really interesting to see how everything plays out, is what it is. There's going to be a second coming. They're calling for the second coming. The mountain of Hor, of whatever, sits on 7 hills. You look at that. Watch that video, you all. Is what I got to say. It's like, thanks for watching it. It's right here. It has 500 comments on here. I didn't want to get on here and do this video. I didn't. There's no escaping it. There's no escaping it. There is the Comet Atlas in the sky. The whole world sees it. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Betty Zoom. I don't know, Bella, honey. I don't. I don't. I would call myself spiritual first and foremost above all else because I am a spirit within this body. And the kingdom which this spirit belongs to is eternal and it's internal. Right there. My soul is an eternal soul. It's like a lot of other people. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness! When you talk religion, you bring a lot of people out, and you ruffle feathers. You do, because they all have their version of what everything is. They have their own perception. All I was showing was some facts that were written down. I didn't write them. They weren't my words. They were pieces of information that I gathered off the internet. They were use of generative AI. All the information I showed came from the internet. None of it was my words. Truly, they weren't. 99.9% came from the internet. So I'm getting off of here. My goodness gracious, as I got to dig up those sweet potatoes. Oh my gosh, you all. That's what I'm going to be doing. You're not going to be seeing me on here because I got to get myself ready. I got some more sweet potatoes to dig up. I brought this one in the house. It's enormous. My daughter said it looks like a great big gourd, and it does look like a gourd. I got to dig up the sweet potatoes. I've got lots of milk crates and baskets, and I think I'll put my, I'm watching you, Rosie. You watching me, honey? Are you a watcher, Rosie? I'll be pulling my truck up or my Subaru and just putting it in the back of my Subaru and just pull it up to that she shed. Yeah, they're really nice. They are. You may not agree with everything that I shared, even though it wasn't me who said all that, but I was just putting together pieces of information that seemed to tie together. And there is a great change that's coming, and you cannot escape it. You can only hope to be the best that you can be, and you will be. Not who somebody else wants you to be. You have got to stay true to yourself. And the kingdom truly is within you. It truly is within you. I'm watching you, Rosie, honey. It is. So thank you for watching. And with that being said, thank you, moderators. And yeah, I welcome the comments in the comment section during these types of videos because it adds to what I'm showing, because some people got pieces of information. But when you want to shoot your mouth, shoot that venom out of your mouth, you're going to get your comment deleted. Nobody's going to see your information. How you like that? And I'm sorry, it's how it is. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, Rosie, quit looking at me like that. Why are you looking at me with that look on your face? With that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. My lips are so dry. Hey, what you want to? Hey, Rosie. Rosie, you want me to hold you? You're such a pretty little baby. You are such a sweetheart, Rosie. She's a little girl. She runs around. She comes in. She goes hunting. And she's not very, she's a sweetheart. I love my Rosie. I do love my little Rosie. She can come over here and sit by the tree. Let me put this around. She can sit right here. We brought these up here. Rosie, honey, you can sit right here, honey. I'll give you some sunlight. Look. You can sit in the sunlight. See, she wants to do that. She can sit there. She's got some greenery here. She can do it. You can do it, Rosie, honey. I am going to go, you all. My day is, I don't even know what time it is. Oh, my gosh. I have It's almost 11 o'clock. I've got a late start to getting outside. Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. You all love you. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to get myself in trouble, more shadow banned than I'm already getting myself. But it's the truth. Something's coming and you can't escape it. Just prepare. You got to prepare.